why do scientists try and explain what God is doing with time? He's not governed by time, so when we try and measure it, why are we using time that has nothing to do with God?
Well, I mean, as you are well aware, we are governed by time, and God seems to have used our time in the creation of the universe. The Bible is a book of history, after all. The Christian faith is a historic faith in that what has taken place in history is an extremely important part of God's plan and the revealing of God's plan. A critical component, of course, of Christianity is something that happened 2,000 years ago in history, namely the incarnation of God the Son to become the God-man, Jesus Christ, who then laid down his life for our sins and then was resurrected. So our time is a very important component of God's revelation to us who are his children. And so I think it's a very important thing for us as his people to fulfill that commission to go forth and examine this universe, this earth and this universe that we live in order that we can see his glory. We can see what he's done. The scriptures don't tell us a whole lot about how God created. It says very clearly that he did create. It says very clearly that it was God who did the creating. It doesn't tell us very much. It gives some details in Genesis chapter 1 about how he did it. It tells very little about when he did it. But as we examine in response to his command to look at what he's created, we can learn a lot about how he did it and when he did it. And what's marvelous and wonderful is how that corresponds with the revelation that he gave us in the Word. So this is why we think it's very important to examine, even though God himself is outside of time, yet our universe that he created for our benefit is within time. And therefore time is a very important parameter that's part of that description of his universe.